right, it is that time. Again, I'm Greg Milby with Kentucky's Heartland.com, joined today by Kenny Rambo with Heartland Communications. And this is the moment we've been waiting for, kind of the explanation of what we're doing at Kentucky's Heartland.com.
Absolutely. We shared some news out in the community, what's been a little over 2 months ago now, that you were going to make a transition, become a part of our team here at Heartland Communications. And the goal is to launch a new multimedia platform where we can share the stories of what's going on in this region.
And that we're going to be able to do. And I'm excited about it. Now, as you're watching this, you're going to notice my hands are moving a lot and pushing some buttons here. You're going to see different camera angles as we go along here. And then after a while, if maybe you get tired of seeing Kenny and you just want to see me,
maybe we should just start there.
we'll give you that angle as well. But the best angle is going to be that one right there. But
well, let's put everybody's mind at ease. You know, you will be the host of this endeavor, and we're going to get out of your way and give you some room to be creative, which was part of the goal in all of this.
You know, I like the community storyteller title. I love that. That was a big selling point. But really and truly, I'm kind of like a ringmaster, because they're not my stories. These are stories of people in our community. So, and let's get into that and why Kentucky's Heartland.com came about. You and I have sat down and talked along with some other folks about this community, because we've met up numerous times and community endeavors, and it just seemed like a good fit for us to get together and actually literally tell the story of what's going on in the Heartland. Yeah,
it's really interesting. In hindsight, as we sit here at the start of a new year, this really feels like something that may have been a couple of years in the making. Just given our working relationship and the different things that we were involved in the community. And I think we've both been fortunate, our firm and you, to really be involved at some interesting points in the life of the community and what's going on. And I think our goal is to include more people in that narrative and make certain that folks know what's going on here in the community, what people and organizations are doing, and how they're making a difference. And some of that's already come to culmination in some of the branding that we've started to trickle out there. Mm-hmm. We've got a new logo.
Yeah, and you're seeing in the bottom corner of the screen right now. It's a nice logo. I like it. It's based. We spent a lot of time thinking about this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is crazy when you're working on a logo. The amount of time that's put into that little bitty icon is amazing.
Well, and the idea that you want it to be representative of a lot of different ideas, and we do a lot of that in our firm's work in design and development of brands. This one was very personal, as they all are, but I'm really excited about where it's landed, because I think it communicates some really interesting things. We've started to talk about the kind of tie that bonds all these stories that we hope to tell, and it's really about the people and organizations that are powering this region.
Yeah, and hence why the icon looks like a power button.
Absolutely, but we've also got a little bit of a play on the play button there, because when we've started to talk to folks about what this initiative looks like and what this endeavor looks like, we've said, well, we're taking Greg Milby from on air to online.
And that we have done in a lot of different ways. And I'm excited because we've taken a lot of different elements and mixed it together to put together Kentucky's Heartland.com. It's not just about the audio side of it all. I've 20 years of radio experience. I've done some TV work, but it's never been more about the video. Now it's all about the video and sharing the stories, and being able to do this in the platform that we have, using some software that allows us to use multiple cameras. That's very portable. So you're not always going to see this backdrop. You're not always going to see, this is not going to be from our studio. It's going to be on the road. We're going to be able to share video footage and from the elements of where these people are working. So.
Yeah, and early on, I think it's going to be very experimental in a lot of ways. And that's a place that over our 12-plus year history here in the marketplace, we've really wanted to kind of operate in that area leaning forward. And in a lot of ways, this concept has never been tackled in our own marketplace. So I think I say that to say bear with us a little bit. As we're being creative and experimenting with new tech and a new approach to sharing information, bear with us as we learn the ropes a little bit. We think it will evolve over time, but we're excited to invite you to be a part of this endeavor called Kentucky's Heartland, where you're going to get a chance to hear from Greg Milby again. We know there's a lot of folks out there that enjoyed having you as part of their daily commute during your radio career, and now they're going to have the opportunity to really access content on a regular basis through the website at kentuckysheartland.com and tune in when they want to.
Yeah, it's kind of like Netflix, I guess, but on a lower grade because I don't make the money those folks make. But, the website itself is our goal, my goal, and I guess I'll tie you into this because I don't want to commit you to this, but my goal is for it to be the hub, the community hub of information. And that's kind of, as we show you here, the picture from the website, you're coming here anyway, but there's going to be blog posts that are available for you to see of different things that are going on. There's also going to be a community calendar. As this community calendar, we're in the month of January now, this calendar is pretty much empty. But we want it filled up.
Filling up springtime,
yeah,
right?
We want your events. If you're a not-for-profit group, club, or organization, we want to hear from you. If you've got a 5K, if you've got a cycling event, if you've got a fitness event, if your church is having an event, if the communities that are in our area, we're going to have their events listed also at kentuckysheartland.com. It's going to be designed where you can go there and you can find all the information you need and a little bit more to make the time that you spend in the Heartland maximized.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is, Greg, as we've talked about this, we felt like it was important to get out there with some content early on, as we've titled this blog, What to Expect. And the truth is, we've got some ideas around that, but it's going to kind of define itself over time. The stories that we're able to tap into, the connections that you're able to continue to make and foster here in the community is really going to help define this. What we do know is that it will be a digital platform where we're going to share things like podcast, live streaming video, recorded videos, blogs, you name it. We're going to be putting information out there in a digital way. But in terms of what it becomes, we're not completely sure what to expect yet.
No, and that's what, as people have asked me, as we built up to this point of launching the site, what is Kentucky'sHeartland.com? And I'm like, well, good point. We're not really sure because it's never been done, and we want to be able to adapt and change with what our community needs. Originally, our ideas are we're going to have some series. One of the series is a pillar series. We want to be able to feature folks that have done amazing work in our community for years.
Absolutely.
And we want to tell their stories. Some of these stories, the general public may not know, but I've known these people for a while, and I know the backstories, and that needs to be recorded. That needs to be shared.
Well, because it's interesting, Greg. I think our work has given us a really cool opportunity to be aware that communities like ours don't happen by accident. We've got a phenomenal community to be a part of, whether it's from a residential standpoint, visiting as a guest, working here, starting a business here, you name it. We're really fortunate, but none of those things happen by accident. And some of these folks that you plan to talk with in the Pillar series have played a gigantic role in putting this community, this region, in the position that it's in right now. And more folks need to hear from those individuals and those organizations. And it's going to be really cool to see what comes of your conversations with them. I'm looking forward to it as an audience member.
And we want to hear from you, too. You can send me an email, greg@teamhcc.com. I'd love to hear your suggestions on people that we should feature in the Pillar series. And also, we're going to be featuring, and really it's such a beginning stage of this one. We want to feature people that are doing things in our community as well. One of those, I can tell you, Rachel Ritchie with Rachel's Fun for Everyone Playground. This girl's story of how she wanted to build a playground for folks, for kids that have special needs.
Absolutely.
It's an amazing story.
Oh, it's incredible.
But it's a little longer story than something can be told in 2 or 3 minutes. We want to share the story. We want to share video from the playground and just kind of get into her brain and her parents' brains and some people that have helped support her. So looking forward to doing that. And then also the cool thing is we are going to be doing morning shows. We're going to be doing a Friday morning show where we preview the weekend and we preview events that are going on for the weekend in our region. And that's where the ringmaster thing comes in, because I'll be the ringmaster.
Right.
But we may have one guest. We may have two. We may have 5 guests, and you never know what topics are going to come up during that.
Yeah, this is one of the pieces that I'm excited about, because I think it's a very unique approach to just kind of local media. And what we're going to do for the first time, this local community is going to have an internet morning show, Friday mornings to start, where you're going to be able to tune in live through our YouTube channel. You're going to be able to watch or listen to that live feed and to hear from Greg and the guests that he has come in. But the other great thing is, because we're doing this in a digital format, it's going to be available for you on demand. So if you don't tune in when we're live, you're going to have the opportunity to come and grab that from the website at any time later in the day or later even in the weekend, and get the details on what's been going on, what was being talked about. So I'm really excited about this, and I think it's going to be a spot where we really get to see your creativity come through. So I'm looking forward to that. Like, I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and we're really encouraging people, get out there, make certain that you bookmark the website, Kentucky'sHeartland.com, subscribe to the YouTube channel, make certain that you're connected to us on all social media, because that's the way that you're going to know when content's going out there and when you can tune in to catch Greg and his guest online.
Yeah, and I'm glad you said you're looking forward to it, because this is recorded and this will be saved for a long period of time, because we have no idea what's going to happen in these morning shows, but it's going to come in with no script.
So now you've got it. You've got it documented that, there was anticipation.
But it is going to be a great time, and I look forward to bringing in people that have got events for the weekend, and they get to share the details of a church, let's just say a church chili supper, and what's going on with that, what auction items, and we're going to get detailed information about these events, so you can plan on going and how to get tickets. And that's where this learning curve of this software, as I go through here, and camera angles, and again, when I want to get conceited and look at myself the whole time, that's going to allow for us to have more graphics and allow for us to have more information available for people to actually see what's going on.
Absolutely. And you talked about some of the guests that you're going to have in, some of the getting used to the equipment. You had a couple of gentlemen that were here with you last week, kind enough to be guinea pigs of sorts. Yeah. I think that's fair. But they're getting into a lot of new stuff in the next couple of days, right?
Yeah.
So tell folks who you had in.
All right. So we J.J. Duvall, Mayor of Radcliffe, and Jeff Gregory, Mayor of Elizabethtown. I've sat down with those folks. We're also going to be sitting down with Pam Ogden, Mayor Ogden from Vine Grove, and also Mayor Ash from West Point. And we're going to get their insights too in their next term. But it was really good to sit down with J.J. and sit down with Jeff and just talk to them as friends, because we've been friends for years. That will be posted on the site as well. You'll be able to see that on the blog site here. But it was just a really good interview, a little rough around the edges with some audio stuff, but that's not what it was about. It was about having the information of what these two guys want to do to bridge our two communities and really make them work together.
And just the opportunity to hear from them firsthand in what we consider a rich media format. Online you get with video all of the great stuff, the tone, the facial expressions, all the things that are key to our communication. So we're really excited to be able to bring that format to the community, and we hope folks, like we said, will tune in. There's some ways that they can do that.
Right. This is a chance to use some graphics?
A chance to use some graphics. Because first and foremost, we got to let you know, Kentucky'sHeartland.com. That's the website that you're going to want to get to. But like any good 2019 brand, because it's a new year, we got to have some social media out there. Right. So we're going to want to make certain that you follow along on Facebook.
There you go. Wow, look at that.
There you go.
Look at that.
Hey, what do you think, guys? Is he getting it down?
I got it. That's one button.
Let us have some comments there. Let us know if he's getting it down.
That's a lot of pressure.
So we've got the Facebook page out there. If you're not following already, please give us a like. Invite your friends. Share that link. Let's make certain we get that word out there. We've got some other social channels that we want you to join us on. Twitter, of course, is an option. So
look at that.
KY's Heartland. Man, see, for a test run, not bad.
Telling you, I got it.
Got to be on Instagram, right?
Yeah. And there it is again.
And there it is. Yep, you've got it. So make certain that you guys are giving us a follow on those channels.
And then here's the one for MySpace.
And But that's good that we're on MySpace. I'm glad that we made certain
No,
we
we're
covered
not
that.
on MySpace.
We will be launching a LinkedIn group for those business professionals that want to follow along. But at the end of the day, the website is the center of it all, Kentucky'sHeartland.com, the region that you and I have both had the privilege of calling home for a long time.
Yeah, and we have some just amazing plans as we get closer to the summer and you get closer to a lot of the outdoor events. These videos are going to be coming hot and heavy. I have some ideas as we get ready to go into new legislative session. We're going to have some folks in here in the next week with that, and then I've already got these things lined up. And getting this site launched was a pretty big endeavor.
Absolutely.
Took a little while to get some stuff done here, but you're going to start seeing a lot of things. And you know what? We're not going to shy away from topics. Now, because I want to stay middle of the road, I'm going to be, if I'm I-65, I'm going to be the median. But we're not going to shy away. If there's a topic that maybe you feel needs to be discussed in the city or the county, let us know about it. And, you know, it's not going to be one of those he said, she said things where we sit down and both sides yell at each other. We'll have individual interviews with each side of the issue and find out why they believe what they believe. And let you make the decision on how you feel, because that's important. It's not about, this is not going to be a news site. You're not going to see traffic accidents and that kind of stuff. This is not what this is designed to be. This is designed to be to share information about our community. You're not going to see a lot of recaps from events. You're going to see previews of events because we want you to be at those events, and that's what we're here for. So Kentucky'sHeartland.com, the website, the community calendar, we're going to be adding a lot of stuff to that, and then also we're going to be giving you a lot of information in our blog post too. And there are things here that we're not really sure what they look like yet, but we're going to keep adding.
Hey, you know what? That's the biggest thing that we can probably invite folks to. Follow along, tune in, connect with us on all those platforms that we talked about, and find out with us while we figure it out.
Right.
It's
a scary thing to think that we are being innovative and creative in this realm.
Bring it on.
But we're ready to do that. Okay, we don't want to go too long on this first video here, but thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming to Kentucky'sHeartland.com. Make sure you share to your friends, our Facebook page, also our Twitter feed, and also our Instagram feed too, that you share with them how to get a hold of us and how to be a part of what we're doing here. And then also make sure that you subscribe on in the upper right-hand corner here. When you hit subscribe, you're going to get information first to know that, hey, we're going to be doing videos called surge videos, where if we find out something that's going on, we're going to set up and come to you right there, and you're going to want to know about it instantly. And so that'll get you that information on the subscribe link.
Yeah, like we said, multimedia platform. So from blogs to podcasts to live streaming to videos like this one, we're going to have a lot of content to come for you as it begins here. And I'd be remiss if I didn't make certain to say in this spot, welcome to the team, Greg.
Hi, man.
We're excited to have you on board.
I'm glad to be on board, and this is going to be a fun ride. 2019 is going to be a great year.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to see when we sit at the end at this table at the beginning of 2020 and looking back and doing a recap of the year. I hope we have to do it in 3 parts because we've had a lot of great success.
I hope so too, sir.
All right.
Very good.
Happy 2019 from Kentucky'sHeartland.com.